What is up, beautiful people of the internet? I go by the name of Wesley, and today we are reacting to the 11 smartest smugglers of all time. I have no idea why, but I have been absolutely fascinated by smuggling and with smugglers in general for a long time. I have no idea why. I just think it's just phenomenal how creative people will be to get things from point A to point B that you're not allowed to. And just the insane ways that they'll hide stuff, especially inside themselves. That's like the weirdest smuggler move that is so strangely fascinating. But that being said, subscribe for more reactions and let's find out and learn some of these smuggling ways.
In the era of advanced technologies, smugglers have a hard time. Airports and train stations have powerful scanners that literally see through a person, and vigilant security officers who inspect their luggage. These guys have seen a lot during their service, and they certainly don't fall for the cheap tricks of criminals. It seems that punishment is inevitable though, but
I feel like you're giving like TSA way too much credit, dude. Like I've accidentally smuggled stuff through TSA security that I just had forgotten to take out of my bag. And the officers you're showing in these clips are like engaged, ready to search you. Yeah. The TSA guys are like, I'm here for a paycheck, bro. That's it. I don't know. I feel like this is making it sound way harder than it actually is,
crooks are ready to do anything to get some money. Sometimes their ingenuity surprises even experienced border guards.
What facial expression was
just
that?
Show you that.
Hold up. Let's back it up 1 second. I was trying to read and interpret this facial expression, and maybe I'm just an idiot, but I can't tell. Is she happy, sad, constipated? What is going on in this woman's mind? What emotional state is she in right now? I have no freaking idea.
He surprises even experienced border guards.
In
this video, we will just show you the true geniuses of smuggling. Let's get it on.
Here we go, guys.
Golden fever. Smuggling goods is a quick way to earn a lot of money. Smugglers make good money even on such ordinary things as chewing gum and smartphones. And when it comes to gold, they can hit a jackpot of millions of dollars. Indian border guards detained a man who was carrying 2.2 pounds of gold in his pants. The precious metal was sewn into the waist of his pants and literally served as a belt. Don't be confused by the way it looks though. To make smuggling more convenient and stealthier, it has been melted into a pasty state. Apparently, the offender decided to play it safe and additionally sewed gold paste into his underwear. However, this didn't help much. In recent years, India has become a real leader in terms of the volume of smuggled gold. The thing is, the cost of metal in the country has grown by 1.5 times compared to the world market.
That's insane. Also, I guess I'm confused. Why the hell would you... I was expecting this to be like all drugs, guns, contraband. How is gold contraband? Did he just not want to pay like import taxes? Are there import taxes on gold?
So border checkpoints are full of those who chase easy money. Some of them decided to get creative though. Here, for example, you can see a usual vacuum cleaner, the engine of which was stuffed with gold bars. Such a device weighed much more than vacuum cleaners usually do, and the customs officials decided to give it a thorough check. To get to the bottom of things, they even had to disassemble it down to the engine. But in the end, the smuggler faced serious punishment. Indian smugglers generally like to hide illegal goods in places that are hard to reach for the lazy airport security. This culprit decided to hide gold in steel door closers. It took an experienced customs officer a while to find the precious metal inside. This way, the would-be smuggler wanted to hide about 66 pounds of gold, but now he'll have to explain to the court how the precious metal ended up in the door closers.
Why is it illegal? I don't understand why. Like, I get it. I'm saying, I get that it is illegal. What's the logic behind gold being illegal? I mean, I guess gold's not illegal, but like bringing gold in, what's the logic? Why? Because isn't the price of gold in India probably just higher because it's legal to bring gold into India? Or something? I don't know.
Money in food.
I'm so confused.
You can get imprisoned not only for the illegal import of gold, but also for smuggling currency. And when it comes to large profits, the creativity of criminals knows no bounds. Another footage from the airport in India. Customs officers open a box of sweets, clearly not in order to try an unusual delicacy. After tearing off the bottom of the box, they found neatly glued stacks of foreign...
Dude, how pissed would you be? You just bought this snack for your Nana? Like, you brought this snack back for your Nana of her favorite American snacks, right? She's been talking for decades. She went to America. They had the best snacks. She spent a summer there. She loves the snacks. She just misses them. And the only thing, as your Nana's on her deathbed, she wants is to taste those flavors from her time abroad in America that can take her back to simpler childhood times. And then the border agent just rips it to shreds like this, and you didn't smuggle anything. How much would that suck? It's like, dude, if you're going to rip all my crap up, you better be right. Are they going to pay you if they rip your crap up? I doubt it, considering you can't, like, bring frickin' money or gold through customs, apparently, for some reason.
Bills underneath it. Customs officers didn't say how much money was found in the cookies, but they filed charges against the owner of the boxes. And here is an even more original solution. To hide the rolled banknotes in peanuts.
That's brilliant.
We wonder how long it took for the smuggler to put the shells back together. Apparently, Indian smugglers believe that food is the perfect place to store prohibited items. How else could you explain the fact that our next hero hid bills in bananas? He simply wrapped a bundle of bills with brown tape and put it between the two halves of the fruit. It didn't look very convincing, but apparently, this is how the smuggler wanted to lull the vigilance of the border guards. Indian customs officials are always on the alert and check even those items that seem quite ordinary. At first glance...
So, if you're coming into India, they're going to disassemble anything you bring in? Dude. No, thank you.
This suitcase doesn't cause any suspicions, but everything changes once you open its lining. Inside were neatly laid out bills worth about $27,000. Customs officers noticed items in the lining as they scanned it.
Money.
To confirm their suspicions, they took the suitcase and checked inside. After that, the hapless traveler has been charged with illegal transportation of foreign currency. Cigarette stashes. According to the WHO, there are 1 billion smokers in the world, and their number keeps growing every year.
Really?
Smugglers take advantage of this and profit from the bad habits of other people. Cigarettes are smuggled more often than other goods across borders. No wonder smugglers resort to all kinds of tricks to deliver their...
See, this one makes sense to me because I know how restrictive different countries have such different restrictions and taxes on cigarettes. Right? So, like, let's say if Mexico has way more lenient laws around, like, how much taxes go on cigarettes, you buy the cigarettes in Mexico, you smuggle them to America, and then you sell them in America without having to pay all the insane taxes and stuff like that. So I get this one at least.
Okay. One of these hiding places was found by
currency and the gold.
Ukrainian border guards when they were checking rolls of paper en route to the European Union. The smugglers left an empty space inside, which was filled with cigarette packs.
What?
In total, officers found more than 200,000 packages worth $217,000. Criminals buy low-tax cigarettes and sell them in countries with tougher tobacco policies. This stash was found by the Australian border guard. The cargo owner tried to hide the cigarettes inside the ceramic tile, but you can't hide anything from the service dog's inquisitive nose.
That's so insane. Like, what if Fido just has diarrhea or something, and that's why they're signaling, and you just smash the crap out of this? Like, what happens? Do you get paid back? Do you get, like, this is ceramic. You smash it. You can't put it back together.
And here, the smugglers decided to go all in and converted the entire floor of a truck into a secret vault. Singaporean customs officers immediately noticed the extra pounds in the weight of the car and quickly found illegal tobacco. In general, smugglers prefer to transport goods in large volumes, but there are exceptions, like this soccer ball. Another illegal stash of cigarettes inside a fake data cable spool was found in Australia. Perhaps the smuggler would make a good designer, but now he'll just go to jail. And this woman decided to keep it simple and just hid the cigarette boxes in her clothes. But the ruthless border guards didn't appreciate a new type of carry-on luggage and forced her to put everything illegal on the table. If every smuggler knew how to hide so much stuff on himself, they certainly wouldn't have to come up with complicated plans.
she like hid so many cigarette packs on herself. You notice she was like having to frisk herself. She's like, yeah, honestly, guys, I'm just so good at hiding crap on me. I don't remember how much crap I hid.
Smuggling animals.
What?
Traveling with animals is quite a challenge, not even because of the responsibilities of the owner, who must take care of the pets and keep an eye on them. The animal itself will have a hard time, especially when it comes to international flights. But when it comes to money, smugglers stop at nothing. They don't even care if the animal is rare or facing extinction. Customs officers in Australia are well aware of this and regularly prevent illegal animal trade.
Dude, people are willing to spend so much money for exotic pets. They're willing to spend just absolutely oodles of cash to be able to get like a pet kangaroo or a pet lion or something like that.
After seeing something hot on the thermal imager, they opened the package up with a children's toy and found a live lizard wrapped in a sock. After examining all the luggage, the border guards found many rare reptiles that were on the verge of death after the flight. Aww. The poor animals spent the flight cramped in a dark and cold place, but the criminals didn't care about their condition. In one of the caches, officers saw a lizard species that's on the verge of extinction. Criminals don't smuggle only calm and silent reptiles. Sometimes they lay their eyes on birds too. In Jamaica, local authorities arrested a man who was hiding 34 finches in his carry-on baggage. In the United States,
that's so weirdly specific. Why finches?
These birds are used in song contests and can cost $3,000 per
there
bird.
We go.
The smuggler put the birds in curlers and wrapped them in a transparent cloth. However, the birds continued to chirp, and other passengers drew the attention of the guards to the man's singing baggage. Do
you guys think that the other passengers thought they were crazy? Like, you're just sitting... Yeah, you're kind of nonplussed. Who wants to be flying, right? I don't like flying. Who likes flying? You and the other passengers tweet. The hell? Tweet? Like, how many tweets do you think it took before the passengers were like, okay, I'm actually hearing this? And they looked around and they're like, bro, are you hearing this crap? Are you hearing this too? Or did I pop too much Vicodin in preparation for this flight?
Charged with animal smuggling and faced a large administrative fine, which will remind him of the torment of the birds for a long time. Suspicious child.
Okay, Saw. What?
Remember when you really wanted to buy something in the store, but you couldn't do it for financial or other reasons? If you know the feeling, you'll definitely understand our next hero. The Ugandan border guards first thought it was just a mother walking with her child across the border. However, the baby turned out to be not so simple. It was made of prohibited cosmetics. Border posts in this part of Africa are not like ordinary ones. More often than not, customs officers observe citizens from a distance without a thorough inspection. Surely the mother of the fake child was very upset that she wasn't able to use her favorite cream in her homeland. But such is the price for breaking the law. We hope that in future, the woman will not use real children for these purposes. Otherwise, it may end very badly for her.
You just escalated that. Some of this stuff, I'm like, yeah, no wonder people are smuggling it. Why are cosmetics banned? Why is gold and currency banned? Like, I get cigarettes and drugs and stuff, maybe, but... And pets, obviously. But, like, cosmetics? Yeah, no crap, people are going to try to smuggle them in on fake children. I would too.
Don't always transport harmless things across the border. Sometimes, illegal cargo can hurt hundreds or even thousands of people. Bombs. It gets even worse when harmless animals are used to deliver it. Kuwait customs officials caught a pigeon at the border carrying illegal substances.
Damn, we're Game of
they
Thrones,
were hidden
boys.
in a neat pouch that was glued to the back of the bird.
Whoa! That's trippy. Guys, I thought that this was cut into the pigeon. I know that's stupid, but I thought the pigeon was filled with these. That's insane. And that's like Night Watch. We're sitting ravens, boys. That's insane. That's so cool.
To the back of the bird. This was not the first time the bandits acted this way, officials said, but it was the first time they were able to catch a feathered courier. Turns out that pigeons are often used to deliver illegal substances. This is convenient for the criminals. It's impossible to determine who sent the bird and track where it's flying, even if you catch it. To solve the case, the police would have to chase a bird that can fly where a person cannot pass. Therefore, pigeons have become the weapon of choice for criminals. Although the the birds are not entirely reliable. There were cases when birds couldn't take off because of the huge weight of their cargo. Intelligence agencies regularly spot suspicious birds on the borders of Colombia, Costa Rica, and the United States, but they can't do anything about them. Perhaps with the development of unmanned drones, border guards will learn to intercept.
So any bird that's flying over the border is just about to get yeeted by airstrike, drone strike. Brap, brap, brap. Sorry, Pidgey. Imagine a pigeon just like, wow, this is so great. I can't wait to see what it is in America. I'm just an innocent Costa Rican pigeon just flying across. Blop, 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 blop. Brap, 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 brap.
Intercept pigeons without harming their health. Hidden car.
Oh, catch pigeons
if you want
without
to know
harming their
what
health?
bad
Yeah,
luck
bro. Yeah. Sure.
Really
they won't just blah the pigeons. Sure.
means you should definitely check the following video. On the border between South Africa and Mozambique, local police inspected a strange truck full of brooms. The security officers were confused by the strange shape of the cargo, and they were right. A brand new pickup was hidden under a pile of straw. One can only guess how the owner of the car managed to drive it into such narrow platform of the truck. His art of making straw shelters is second to none. Look how two strong guys tried to clear the truck of the brooms, and they seem to have a hard time. Let's hope the smuggler didn't have to knit all of these brooms to carry out this special operation, otherwise he wasted a lot of time. Alcohol pipeline.
Yeah, of course he did. Duh. He wasted tons of time. It didn't work. Of course he Duh. The smuggling didn't work. What do you think? Like, oh yeah, this time was well spent. Didn't work. Didn't get anything out of it. Are you on crack?
Yes, progress
Obviously
is not standing still, and it's becoming easier for the customs officers to detect smuggled goods. But this doesn't mean that criminals don't come up with new tricks. Every smuggler secretly dreams of being like a top-tier spy or James Bond, who goes to work with a couple of new gadgets. Apparently, the creator of this device decided to go one step further and laid an alcohol pipeline between the two countries. While patrolling the area, Ukrainian border guards discovered a plastic hose laid from the state borderline. A quick analysis showed that the pipe was used to deliver low-quality alcohol, which was brewed in Transnistria. In total, the border guards found 0.3 miles of the pipeline on the Ukrainian side, which stretched to the nearest village. The pipe was immediately dismantled and disposed of in a safe place. Unfortunately, the organizers of the illegal import were not found. Although the investigation had several guesses, we wonder how this smuggling genius managed to quietly lay a pipeline across the border river right under the noses of the customs officers.
That's creative. That is so creative. The only problem is if they spring a leak, they're going to get all that swamp water in. They just like check every time they have a little bit of alcohol flow through. They're like, okay, any swamp water in this? And 2 miles of pipe? How would you triangulate if there was a leak? That's crazy.
With guns. There are things that can surprise even experienced border guards. It had seemed that all possible places for storing illegal goods in the car have long been identified, but sometimes criminals come up with very sophisticated schemes. Security officers at the border between the United States and Canada found 30 pistols in the car of a 50-year-old lady. The weapons were sealed in an airtight envelope and hidden right in the gas tank. The system turned out to be so elaborate that customs officials didn't immediately understand how the car could actually drive. It turned out that the gas tank was divided into 2 sections, so that the weapon couldn't damage the engine or get exposed to the gasoline. Law enforcement agencies quickly found the ones who ordered the delivery and brought them to justice. This is how a sweet 50-year-old woman became one of the cool...
The Toronto police, yeah, y'all knew. I mean, let's be honest. Y'all knew the guns were coming from America to Canada. It was not the other way around.
Smugglers in the north of the United States.
That was
Sometimes,
obvious.
the sense of humor of some criminals defies comprehension. These, for example, hid weapons in children's toys. They, of course, didn't think what would happen if some kid suddenly wanted to put together a collection of these Mickey Mouses.
Right, because they're just putting guns in toys and hucking them into Toys R Us. No, dummy. No. That's way too valuable for them to just like put it into Baby R Us or Toys R Us or something.
Travel. Of course, not only goods, but also people themselves can illegally cross the land border. The creativity of some illegal immigrants is limited only by the capabilities of the human body.
That jog that these agents were doing, this is how I used to jog.
The creativity of some illegal immigrants is limited only by the capabilities of the human body. According to the US customs officials at the border with Mexico, the most popular places for smuggling people are the spare wheel recess behind the hood door and the secret wall of the trunk. There are also quite extreme options. For example, you can hide someone in the door space where the music speakers are usually located. Seems like the American border guards will never forget one particular case. With the help of a special frame, the man turned himself into a leather seat. One could even sit on it. Although the feeling wouldn't be pleasant, he could have passed the border, but suffering from lack of air and heat, he asked the officers to get him out of the trap. Just as smugglers try to hide as many goods as possible.
You didn't do a dry run, bro? You went to that much trouble and you didn't do a dry run to see if you could sit there for like 3 hours. What? It's such a good idea. You didn't even pilot it. You didn't even try it to see if you could even execute?
They try to cram in as many illegal immigrants as possible into the vehicle. There are cases when customs officers found more than 40 people hidden in one truck.
40?
Prison tricks.
Ooh, prison
Our
tricks.
last story for today is not exactly about smuggling, but we just have to tell you about it. The prison is the place that breaks all records in terms of the list of things prohibited within its borders. Delivering something legal to an inmate is already difficult, and transferring an illegal item is almost impossible. Letters and parcels are checked by specially trained officers down to—
I read a statistic that the highest percentage of like illegal drug use in the population is done in prisons, which I thought was fascinating because they're not supposed to have access to any of that.
To every crumb. However, prison guards regularly find prohibited items in cells. While on duty, the guards are required to sniff jars of soap, checking them for alcohol. Nothing escapes from the sight of the guards. They even examine scraps of magazines sent together with letters. In one of such scraps, the guards found a forbidden item, although an ordinary person would hardly suspect a thing. Even the pigeons we mentioned earlier can be involved in the delivery of illegal goods to a prison. If inmates have so many opportunities to get their hands on prohibited stuff, then it's time for the guards to change something in the security system. Hey buddy, are you tired of watching videos?
That's like everything. That's like everything we just talked about. I mean, here's the thing though, right? Because all these smuggling videos, they're really interesting, but it's also like, oh, okay, so these are the people who got caught, because the best smugglers and the most ingenious methodologies are the ones that don't get caught. So it's like, damn, what are the amazingly interesting, fascinating methods people use that we'll just never know about because they were successful, and they probably continue to be, because I'm sure if it works once, they probably just keep doing it again, over and over again. But that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Wesley. If you want to see more reactions, make sure you subscribe down below. I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. Take care of yourself, and I'm